Hello everyone, this is the average trail runner and this is my video of a 28-kilometer route I did in Duna-Ipoly, not too far from Budapest. For more information on the trail GPX download and information on where I parked, etc., then head over to the website, the link is below. Within the first kilometer, the first lovely view of this route is presented to you. From here you can see the River Danube in the distance, which is of course the river that goes straight through the middle of Budapest. I picked up the trail heading north-northwest and followed the yellow route. From here I took the trail down and began my first ascent. This reminded me a lot like home, with big trenches carved out by water and big loose rocks. For the purpose of not offending the country of Hungary, for pronunciations I am going to use Google Translate. Still heading downhill on this route, you should come across the green trail, which is called
Rám-szakadék.
And from this point it's going to start getting very slow but very fun. For the next 1500 meters or so, which doesn't sound far, but it feels quite far because you are going really slow at this point. There's a stretch of ladders and metal handrails that follow a stream. This is one of the highlights of this trail. This is one of the things I remember the most from it. But I certainly wasn't expecting to do anything like this when I started. Also had a bit of a scary moment because I couldn't find my GoPro underneath this waterfall. The water was a little bit dirty and I was starting to panic that I had completely lost all of the footage. So continuing along the
Rám-szakadék.
trail, the way that they had the route sign posted in this national park was really straightforward actually. It was just a colour and you followed it. You will find a busy-ish gravel road. You want to pick this up and head south, beginning the climb back up where you just came from. It runs parallel to a stream that is called
Duna-Ipoly.
Very humid here. I am sweating considerably.
And of course you're still heading up. It's a big climb, but it wasn't too bad in terms of gradient, but it was so humid there. And as it flattens out again, you'll find yourself back at the car park where you started at.
Just finished the top half of the 8, the first loop. And it's taken me back to the car where I parked, which is really handy because I need to fill my water bag up. So the second loop is bigger, so we'll see how we go.
After I did fill up my bag and had some food, I found out that I actually had a parking ticket, which was my fault, and it's also my fault for not being able to read Hungarian. The second descent allows for a lot more speed to be carried than the first one. The ground underneath you is way more trustworthy. The trees being really close to you as well gives the illusion of speed. So even if you're not moving that quick, it still feels like you're moving that quick. And as you start to see the first sign of civilization, you will also see your first view of Pilis, which is the tallest peak in the Duna-Ipoly National Park. Give it a long, hard stare because you're about to go up it. The red and white route will take you through the lovely Hungarian town of
Pilis-Szentkereszt.
On your way out of the village, you will see a graveyard, and just after this on the right will be the start of
The last major climb.
In front of you is 350 meters of up over the next 3,500 meters of forward, which satisfyingly is exactly 10%. And by satisfyingly, I mean mathematically, not physically.
I've been feeble on the hills today. Absolutely feeble. but one of those days.
But I failed to mention there that if I didn't complete this route, or at least in good time, I would have missed my flight home. So that was a strong motivator to get round it. A lovely excuse to have a little break presented itself when a gap in the tree line revealed a lovely view of the landscape.
She's a beauty.
In front of you there's a village which looks slightly bigger than the one you just passed through, and it was called
Pilisszántó.
It's a really nice gravel zigzag path that takes you up there. It's easy to miss the peak actually. I missed it my first time, I had to go back a bit. But you'll see a green triangle on a white background. Follow that to the peak and you'll see a big lovely man-made wooden tower at the top. It's open to the public and it gives you a stunning 360-degree view of the Duna-Ipoly National Park.
Oh yes.
If I didn't have to rush back, I would have stayed a lot longer up there. It was really quite something. I don't think you can see Budapest from there, but maybe on a clearer day, I'm not sure, you might be able to. At the time though, my only takeaway from it was this.
It's bloody freezing.
So slightly backtrack on yourself to where you came off the green and white trail, and from there the terrain gets a lot more consistent and it really allows you to find your rhythm again and start thinking about pacing yourself, etc. You've also passed the half marathon mark at this point, and also the climbing is done. In the last 3k or so I could really feel myself starting to break. I crossed over a road that I recognised as it was the one that took me to the car park in the morning.
Recognise this view here.
And all of a sudden, with open arms, I welcomed a trail that I recognised as well.
That means we're home. I am a broken man. Certainly wasn't at my fittest today. But what a stunning route. It's 28 kilometres in Hungary. The last 4 or so kilometres there I was really struggling. But I'm back at the car. I'm going back to the hotel. I am broken. I am so broken. Oh God.
Coming to Budapest, I really didn't expect to get a run like this in. But it turned out to be one of my favourites of the year. I'd definitely love to go back to the Duna-Ipoly National Park because I'm sure there are plenty more trails just as special as these ones. Thanks for watching.
I'm going to head down, so I'm getting cold.